That way, even if you don't have any advice for me, that little voice in your head will tell you that you helped anyway. Okay, let's go. My parents are from Bangladesh, but I was born in Miami. They moved to America for my father's business. My sisters and I weren't allowed to leave the house. We were also homeschooled. My father used to tell us, "I don't want you girls mixing with those Americans and forgetting your roots." I always thought he was being overly protective. Privacy was a luxury I never had. I had to share a room with my nosy older sisters. You can imagine how frustrating it was when I felt angry, sad, or frustrated but couldn't go out for some fresh air. I could only look out the window or rush to the bathroom. It was tough. A few days after my 15th birthday, my older sisters got married. The marriages were arranged, and they looked so unhappy. But I couldn't help but feel a bit relieved because I would finally have some privacy. I used to think that arranged marriages worked like men just lining up for you, but my sister's experiences proved otherwise. Honestly, I didn't care much about marriage at that point. After my sister's weddings, I was no longer homeschooled, and I was finally allowed to attend school like regular kids. Life couldn't get any better. First, I got my own room, and now this. Dreams do come true. I excelled in school, earning straight A's, and my teachers often praised me. I remember one of my teachers telling my dad, "Logan is a smart kid. She's going to do great things in the future." Oh, sure. I thought I would too. But one day things started to go downhill. It all began with my love for novels. I was an avid reader, and I could bury my nose in books every day. I wasn't particularly into romance novels, but it seemed like every genre had a hint of romance in it, and I became obsessed. I started visiting the local library and borrowing stacks of books at a time. To make matters worse, I started noticing the way my dad looked at my mom, the way our neighbor kissed his wife in the morning, and the couples holding hands in the park. It was like I was surrounded by love, but it wouldn't come near me. Then, Nicholas entered the picture. He was the new kid in my class and incredibly cute. I tried to strike up conversations with him many times, but he always had the girls swooning over him. But fate decided to throw me a bone. One afternoon, I was at the local library, and in walked Nicholas. Our eyes met, and he flashed a smile. My heart skipped a beat. Was he really smiling at me? He walked over to me and said, "Hi, Logan? I was hoping to find you here." I was utterly flabbergasted. How did he even know I'd be here? He explained that he had been wanting to talk to me but never got the chance. When he asked if we could take a walk in the park, I didn't hesitate and agreed. "Why were you looking for me?" I asked as we strolled through the park. "I want you to be my date to the school dance," he said. My heart soared, and I could barely contain my excitement. It was the best news ever. But my joy was short-lived. Just seconds after our enthusiastic hug, I heard my name called. I turned around, and there was my father, looking angry and charging towards us. He grabbed Nicholas by the collar and warned him to stay away from me. Then he grabbed my hand and practically dragged me home. Once we were back home, my father unleashed his anger on me, scolding me for talking to boys and breaking the family's strict taboo. "This is why I homeschooled you," he exclaimed. "You won't go back to school after your exams until college." My world was crumbling fast, and fear paralyzed any thoughts of running away. The following day at school, Nicholas avoided me as if I carried a contagious disease. But the torment didn't end there. Some fellow students had captured the incident in the park on video, making me the center of school gossip. The humiliation became unbearable, and I fled home. For the first time, I pleaded with my father to homeschool me again, and he readily agreed.